What's up guys, ChasingLamely here with episode number 10 of the journey. Apologies for those of you who were waiting for this on Monday. I got caught up with coursework and I dropped the Saving Swindon first episode first because I didn't have time. I wasn't sure if I was going to release Saving Swindon or not. It was just kind of me ranting, getting some stuff off my chest. Spoke to a few people, said, yeah, let's see it, and so I thought, throw it out, why not? So that's why that happened. Anyway, in today's episode, we are playing our first game of the season with Umeå. We are hopefully getting off to a flying start. We've got some transfer news to catch up on. It's been a long pre-season. I think we took over the job in November, and it's now April. So you can imagine what's happened. Lots and lots of stuff has happened. Anyway, we are going to be back after the intro with all the news and stuff to catch you up on. And then we're going to play some football. Actual football in an episode. Madness. Right guys, I'll see you all in a second. So much to catch up on. Right, let's go into what we've already done pre-season wise. So in the pre-season friendlies we beat Sundsvall. Sundsvall are in the first division elite. They were relegated from the Allsvenskan last year. There's a few players in there you might recognise. Mikael Andersson I think played somewhere good in England. I've got a vague memory of him playing in England. Played for Reading, Portsmouth, Brighton, etc. Guy's been around a little bit. Not too bad a player. No one else really in there I see that jumps out, but they're a good side. They're one of the top sides in that league. Lost to Östersunds 4-1. Christer Anderson got himself a goal. We'll get you used to the players eventually. Carlton McKenzie's a name you're probably going to see a lot of. The red cards are still an issue. That's not ideal. But then we also lost to IFK. Again, these are three sort of teams way bigger than us in Sweden, so not overly surprising. Then we had some trouble with teams who aren't that good. I mean, they're below us, and pre-season hasn't gone particularly well in that regard. Lost 3-1 to Norrpiskraft, beat JPK 1-0. It's all teams that are smaller than us. Beat Kisto 6-2. Lidström getting himself a hat-trick. Bergenham, Carlson and Fry getting themselves on the score sheet. Then we lost 3-0 to IFK, who again, small team. Beat Anuncio, not a big team again. Things are looking dodgy. Then we lost to Skellefteå. My Swedish is getting a bit better from playing this. Not a great performance around, but Lidström got himself a goal. Sporting Kristina beat them 5-1. Slightly more encouraging. Then I think they got relegated from this league last year off the top of my head. Maybe not. It's not showing anything. I'm sure they've come up before though. And then we beat Gotne 3-0, and they were of course in this league last year. We did play them a few times whilst we were managing Gallivare. They didn't have a great season, won 4 matches all year. Not ideal. So I'm a bit apprehensive. They were playing Söderhamns away, and that should hopefully be a thing. Let's look at what we've done. We've done a lot of transfer wise. I'm not going to go through everything transfer wise because it will take us all day to go through. You see, we've got less wage budget remaining than we had. I don't know how we've done that. We've still got 12,000 krona in the bank. One player out is Risnas Ur. I don't think we got rid of anyone beforehand. Forsberg was already gone when we got here. Idris Nazor is gone. He wasn't ever going to make the team. I was never over. In fact, I think I brought him back. I don't know why, because I don't think he was ever going to make the team. I'm sure I brought him back for a reason. Sure I did, and I can't tell you why. Good thinking. Yeah, a lot of players have come in basically. We've brought in these guys from GMFF. Persson, Nicholson, Jensen Janek, our star striker, and Robin Larsson, our hero from GMFF. And as you can see, we've brought in a whole bunch of so many players, a sickening number of players, really. Pontus L came in as well from GMFF, just wanted to give him a go. Matt Broman came in, and he's someone who's looked quite good as a youngster. Might develop, might not, we'll keep an eye on him. We've brought in, just trying to think of the ones who are big and important. Romario Reed, the English striker, played for IFK and then Walsall before that, and has had a few years out of the game. The scouts say he's going to do well for us. I'm not certain, but we'll go with it. We've also brought in Carlton McKenzie, who can kind of play everywhere in midfield, and he's decent, like physically decent. He's a winger, like that's essentially what he does. I'm not sure what his best role is really, but he is a winger. He's got the pace for it, very little else, but at this level you just have to hope your wingers are quick, and that's kind of what goes. And then in goal we've brought in Marko Maksimovic, who may be first choice, he may not, I'm not entirely certain. There's been a lot of educated guesswork really when putting together this squad. So yeah, I was stuck in a thought then, and there was something I was going to say. Oh, we brought also with the big name. I use big name very loosely here. We brought in is Daniel Orlund. He's 38 years old. He's goalkeeper. Gonna kind of challenge Maksimovic for the shirt a little bit. But as you can see, this guy has played everywhere. He's played for Rosenborg, played for AIK. He's done some time at HJK in Finland. Like he's been around. And he's been a solid, reliable goalkeeper, and I think that's kind of something I was looking for. Just a bit of solidity at the back. I think Pele Isgren was someone else I brought in, who's again up there in years, but he's been around. He's had a decent career at this level, and that's something I was kind of keen to look at. So I'm going to do a quick cut because I just realised I haven't actually got this to game time like I normally do, and then we're going to come back and we're going to play the game, because there's very little else to tell you apart from finances. Rocky. We'll see how that goes. We're projected to make lots of loss despite being way under budget. I haven't done the maths on the attendances yet, so we may have to play with that too. Anyway, we're going to come back in a second. We'll hopefully win our first game. See you then. Okay, so we're back with what we originally advertised, the game at Söderhamns, just so we can have a look at the preview, so we know what's expected this season. We're expected to finish 10th, they're expected to finish 12th. They've just come up, so in theory this should be a win for us. That said, they are the favourites, and we've got 4 players suspended, which is difficult. Some guys I would have liked to have had available as well. Person would have been good to have available. Elf would have been good to have available. London would have been good to have available, but we'll make it work somehow. In terms of tactics and selection, I've made some tweaks to the team. You can see this is the original tactic we were using, which is ever so slightly different. We've taken out one of the box-to-boxes, we've changed Larsson's role, we've changed the fullbacks a little bit just to make it a bit more accessible for players at this level. There's still the support down here with wing-backs, they're just not complete wing-backs, and they're not both all guns blazing running forward. So, with that being said, this is how we're lining up today. We've got Bilal Ben Sa in goal. He's another new signing I forgot to tell you about in the previous bit. He's nothing special anywhere really physically, in that he's only ever played one game, and he's not brilliant at anything physically, but he seems to be a decent goalkeeper. So I'm hoping if we don't make him work too hard, he might reap benefits for us. He's been around for 9 years and played one game, but he's played one game in the First Division Elite, which is 2 divisions above us. I don't understand how we're in the second division. There's a second division above us, and then there's a first division, there's divisions about. There's a couple of divisions called the First Division. I know that much, and that's a thing. We'll get there. We'll worry about them when we get there. Anyway, so he's playing goal. Nicholas Hagland is playing at right back for us. He's a guy who was here when we got here. Looks decent, like really good for this level. Again, the physicals are quite good. He's quite good at crossing. He's quite good at marking. It made him kind of a natural choice to have going forward a little bit. Plus, he can pass the ball. He can tackle. He's pretty decent all around. He's also very tall for a right back. Might look at using him as a centre half somewhere down the line. Alongside him we have Isaacson, who's a guy who's come in this season. He's a guy I brought in. Curiously hadn't had a club for a while. Very good at the marking, very good at the tackling, quite good mentally. Could do with being maybe a little bit quicker, but he's not the worst, and he can play right back if we need him to. So it's a little bit of versatility really coming in, and that's always beneficial. Next to him we have Tim Culden. He's been around. He's played sort of 50 odd games at this level. Knows what he's doing. Again, good at marking, tackling, heading for this level. Not in general, of course. And physically quite good for this level. Very solid all rounder. I'm quite excited by this guy, and I think he could be a real difference maker for us at the back. Then at left back we have our old friend Alexander Nicholson. You know him from GMFF, one of the young lads who came through our little youth signing spree. Really good physically, really determined. He doesn't have any great technical skills yet, but he's one of those guys you can feel he's going to develop really well. So I'm going to keep the faith with him. I'm going to keep him around for a little while. That's sort of the plan. Playing as the anchorman is our boy Robin Larson. The man of all the determination, really good at tackling, could be better at passing, but his marking's good, his decision making is quite good. We know him, we like him. He's staying around for a little while. We're going to see how he does for us. We have Martin Anderson in front of him. He is, again, decent all round for this level. Hasn't played for a couple of years, which is a common story really. Has done his time in the leagues above, came out of Norrköping's system. He should be okay for us, you would hope. And alongside him is Fredrik Venebro, a player since I've been here I've come to quite like. He's a very good player. He's been everywhere really. I mean, he's mostly played in Umeå, either for us or for the slightly bigger team in town, but a lot of time spent in the First Division North and the First Division Elite, and seems like he could do something for us. Sorry, bit of a frog in there. But also, like, he can play, and he's good. He's good on the left wing. He's good in that holding midfield role if we need him to be. He can do it all. He's easily the best player at the club. Like, easily, it's not even close. Easily the best player at the club. Ahead of him, we've got Lamine Allen playing on the right wing. He is a left winger by trade, but we're using him on the right today, just because I felt like that was the right thing, the right place for him. Lots of experience at this level. 70 games, 7 goals. We need to up those numbers a little bit because they're a little bit weak, but I think we can. Like, he's got the skills to get himself into the box. Might need to be a bit quicker, but we'll see what develops. We've got other options if we need them. Like, we've got Carlson on the bench as well, who can slot in there and might be able to do a job too. So we've got options. We're not lacking on that score. On the left hand side, Robert Lidström, who's again probably the second best player at the club. Had a bit of a patchy career. Was it when we got here? After having sort of 3 years off after playing for Piteo, and yeah, it's a bit patchy. But I like him as a player. I like that those physicals are poor at this level. And the pace is the only thing you want to improve, but everything else looks so good. It's a good creative player. He's going to work hard for us. Determination to doing a bit better, but we always have that trouble at this level. And then, of course, the man we have up top, we know him quite well already, Mikael Januk. He was our captain at GMFF. He's going to be our captain here too. We know he's got goals in him. I've just realised that Melke Anshelm is a bit weak, so we're going to change him out. On the bench, we're going to put in, let's make that smaller so I can see what position. I don't know the players by name yet, I know them by position, which is good. We're going to put in Ekholm for him. Are we? Questioning myself. No, we're not. We're going to put Broman on the bench for him. Just so I've got that cover in there for Larson. Always good to have a bit of extra cover in there. I've just realised I have a left back on the bench, and that's worrying. Westbourne's kind of on the way out. We'll sacrifice the goalkeeper. We don't need a goalkeeper, it's fine. What's the worst that... I'm going to bring that upon us now, aren't I? Going to bring that upon us. Why am I questioning myself live recording? That's a bad idea. Screw it, let's go with it. Got to give out some squad numbers. Squad numbers are always fun. Obviously give the guys the numbers they want if they're available, and they're not, so boom. And the only thing I will always change, those who watch the channel know I'll always change this. 33 is the goalkeeper's number, always been my rule. And frankly, Mikhail Yannick is a hero and should not be wearing a number less than 9, because he is our star striker, and that's what we do with a star striker. So, oh, excuse me. I was at the football the other night, and the voice is gone. I'm still struggling to get it back, but I had to get out a video, so please bear with the voice. It should recover eventually, hopefully. Anyway, let's get into the game. Carl Petter Jonsson, encourage the players, give them a bit of a morale boost. Done. Look how morale boosted they are. So morale boosted. Okay, boys. I just need to make sure I've still got this in highlight mode, because otherwise we're going to be here all day. We do. Okay, nothing else we need to see. We are playing in the blue, and hopefully we'll be able to produce some magic here. I would very much like a win, as you would expect, but I'm not super hopeful because of our pre-season form, and that was just shit. They should have scored that, really. I mean, we left them an open goal, and for some reason he tapped it towards the goal and left it. Interesting. Venabro has picked himself up a yellow card. That is not ideal. We are going to tell him to ease off tackles, because if he goes off, if he gets sent off, we're in trouble for 2 games, not just 1. Yannick's picked up the ball. What can he do with it here? Someone needs to support him. Anyone? Venabro's there. Over the top. Lidstrom's never going to get there. And now we're in trouble. Like a lot of trouble. This isn't looking good. Larson with a big ball over the top to Yannick. See the 2 GMFF boys working together. Yannick. Oh. Where was the finish? Literally everything was done. He just had to finish that. Nicholson, by the way, is dying rapidly, and I don't know why. Like, the man is not fit. We're on the ball again. Let's see if we can build something. Venabro, over the top, finds Lidstrom. Lidstrom with an early cross. Yannick is chasing out wide. Shouldn't be out there, really. He's going to get the cross in. Anderson. Venabro. Oh. I don't know why Yannick was out there. I don't care why Yannick was out there. Quite frankly, he got the job done, and that is all I can ever ask of any of my players. Yannick somehow managed to build the move there. A little bit of a dink into Anderson, heads it down to Venabro, and Venabro just slots it in just inside the post on the half volley. And that's pretty good. That's pretty good for now. This tactic hasn't really been tried out a lot. It really is just a tweak of the old one, because I realised that I'd bought a lot of players who fit the style we were using last season and didn't really fit anything else, and that was my fault, really. I can't do anything with, regular wingers because I don't have any, and I can't do much to... Well, I mean, I have a couple, but they're not great there. So I'm having to kind of play this by ear a little bit. and hope what we've got is enough. Maybe we'll see what comes through the youth system later in the year, see what we can build, or see what we have to accommodate a little bit. Anyway, Nicholson is still dying, and rapidly so. Quite glad I put that left back on the bench now, because he's not going to make it to the end of the game. Anderson now with the throw-in. Larson just with a hoofed clearance. Wasn't really going to do much, I don't think it was intended to, but Lidstrom has picked it up, and now Yannick is chasing it down. And again, he's drifted out wide. I need to try and figure out how to keep him central. But he's provided again. Oh, Lidstrom should have finished that. Should have finished that. Maybe I don't need to do anything with Yannick, because every time he drifts wide he seems to produce something, which is not what I put him in the team for. He's in the team to score goals. But if he's got these abilities to produce things, produce magic, then we'll keep him doing it. Also, remember from last season, we have 5 subs to play with. Well, we can do a lot. We can do a lot of substituting, which is good. So there's no excuse for having players on the field who aren't fresh, really. Venebro with a good clearance to Yannick. Yannick maybe... Oh, he's found Allen. Found Allen on the overlap. Kind of just gets kicked at, and then... Well, I mean, apparently that counts as a tackle these days. Doesn't really do much to stand up to that. We need someone to drift wide there. Pick up, he hasn't. Let's head it clear. Good work. Hagblum with a nice header. That's why we want a 6'1" right back after all. Osterberg put it over to Anderson again. The left back isn't paying attention at all. Oh, it's worrying on the left, but Yannick now should be clean through. He's evaded the tackle. He's 1-on-1 with the keeper. Oh, you wanted him to do more there, didn't you? You just wanted him to do more. Venebro now. Got the corner over the top. Someone put it in. Yannick, hoof it from there, son. Have a shot. I mean, he did have a shot. It's somehow gone to, that was a goal kick. I'm not sure why. I'm not going to ask too many questions. I'll pause that in case something happens that we need to see. I'm going to make a few changes, boys. Making a few changes. Not many, but I say not many. It's going to be 3. We're just making the change we need to make to keep this lot fresh. And we're going to change a few roles because we need to accommodate what we've got here. I like the idea of Broman as a ball-winning midfielder in there. That's a good idea. Mackenzie shouldn't really be playing in there at all. He's not really a centre mid, despite it saying he can do. We'll try that inverted wing-back thing. Why not? It can't go wrong, because as far as I'm aware it means he basically plays as a second defensive midfielder whilst still doing the defending. So we'll see how that shakes out for us. Ball over the top. I don't know why no one's going with it, but that shot was disastrous, so we've been let off the hook really. And that is a small mercy. Venebro is tiring. I might take him off if I can figure out who I replace him with, which is a challenge really. Well, Mackenzie now is on the run. He's going straight for the wing. Finds Yannick down the line. Get it back into Mackenzie. We might be onto something here. Ball over the top. Finds Lindstrom. He's got a crossing. Venebro, second goal of the game. I can't take him off now. He's on a hat-trick. You never take off a guy on a hat-trick. It's bad luck. Plus the media slaughter you for it. Yannick's been involved in almost everything. Like, he's not got an assist to his name yet, but he's... all the big moves seem to start with him. So that's good to see. And well worth bearing in mind. We're up to 3rd in the league. Obviously it's day 1, it doesn't really matter at this point, but it's good to be 3rd at any point. Ball through to Ben Salah, and hopefully he's got big ideas. Hoofs the ball up top, finds Lindstrom. Hopefully he doesn't, but Sundberg's picked up. Now we could be in danger. Enstrom breaks through the defence like they're not there. 1-on-1 with the keeper. Oh, it's a blatant penalty. I can't even like that. I can't excuse that. That was a blatant penalty. Barto steadying himself with a free kick. Ben Salah saved it. Good boy. That's why he's my number 1. Right, let's take off Lamine Allen. Starting to look a bit tired. Send on Carlson on the right wing, because nothing bad can happen from doing that. hopefully we're going to see this one out, boys. We're going to see this one out handily, you would hope. Right, final minute. Ben Salah with a big goal kick. Everyone's left it because they know they're not going to score 2 in a minute. Famous last words. Colden, Salah. Over the top to Lidstrom. What's Lidstrom got? Ball out to Carlson. Beautiful, beautiful ball. Lots of confidence here. We've found Bichler Bergenheim. Ball over the top. Oh, I thought Venebro was going to get into the end of that and maybe have a smash for his third. He hasn't. Keeper's going to pick this up. Just nothing to do but waste time at this point, really. No hurry to play it at all. But he hoofs it anyway because he's a fighting man. Colden. Oh, full time. Done, boys. Done. 2-0 win in our first game of the season, and that is pretty much all we can ask for. So, winning start. That I was really pleased with that. For essentially a formation we've used before, but a tactic we haven't. I know we're not playing a team who are necessarily predicted to pull up trees in this league. I know we weren't playing against one of the big clubs, but it was a good all-round performance. Look at all those red cards. Everyone in this league is just getting sent off. Honestly, I will get less cards than this at Christmas. That's madness. But it looks good. It looked good today. Martin Anderson, of course, debut to remember. I mean, everyone was making a debut, but it looked good. We're looking good. We are looking good. Venebro on good form for us. That's what we like to see. Okay, boys. So let's talk about where we come back. If you've enjoyed this video, by the way, guys, smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you want to join our growing list of subscribers. We've just had a new subscriber. Thank you to Kegman for joining us. If you haven't checked out his channel yet, please do. Kegman is one of the best undersung heroes of YouTube. His videos are tremendously entertaining and wonderfully sweary. You'll enjoy them a lot. Essentially, he does a lot of what I do with a lot more of the swearing and probably better jokes. But good guy. You'll like him. So thank you very much for your sub, mate. It's good to have you on board. Right, as we know, this is a 24 game season, I believe. 26 game season. Okay, so I think what we might do is we'll play the first game of every month. Every fourth game. Every fourth game. So we'll come back for Friska Vior in the next game, and then obviously be TGFF, Harnosans, etc. You guys you'll get the gist. Essentially, there'll be 3 games I play off camera for every one we play on camera, which should bring us in quite nicely. I think it should bring us quite nicely back to where we want to be. Yes. Okay. So that's the plan. Sorry, that was a random ramble, wasn't it? We'll do that. Anyway, we've won the first game. That's what matters. Right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As I said, hit the like and the subscribe button. There are links below to the discounted affiliate code thing for FM19. A few of you have already bought through it. So thank you very much for using that code. There's a Patreon below if you want to Patreon some stuff. There's rewards for Patreon. Things like getting your name in the games, and I do some stuff on the side, like I write books and I make films occasionally, and so you might find you get credited for those for Patreoning too. So you know, if you really want to, you could call yourself a film producer. Some people like that sort of thing, I think. I think a record producer if I decide to put out more music. I've been known to do that too. I'm a weird person. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, guys. It has been a pleasure having you here as always. Until next time, I've been ChasingLamely, and I'll See you very soon. Have a good one.